What's going on YouTube? Dylan here with the Gravekeeper, bringing you all my Gravekeepers deck profile that I played tonight at locals. This will be the deck that you'll see gameplay from on the channel here for the next 2 days or for the next couple of days or so. This video is going up Friday, so gameplay should start going up Monday for it, as well as like a little locals tournament report. I think a little locals report at the end of each one of these videos would be really nice. And it will definitely help out my my algo a little bit because the videos will be a little bit longer. But yeah, starting off with the deck, skill card, Tomb of the Pharaohs, Axes in Necro Valley, starts in your field zone. Axes Necro Valley by name, not by effect, and all your Gravekeepers gain 200 attack and defense. I was told that this card would be blown up a good bit today. Honestly, never got blown up. I guess people just didn't give a shit about it because, you know, Gravekeepers. So, the primary thing. Going into our monsters, we're playing 3 copies of Recruiter. Best card, best Gravekeeper. Well, yeah, best Gravekeeper, really. Searches any Gravekeeper in this deck, essentially. If you can't tell by, you know, yesterday's video and today's video, I'm like on a Gravekeeper kick right now because I adore Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers are awesome. Yeah, Recruiter is just an absolutely insane card, especially with Wonder Wand. Recruiter plus Wand is just all the value in the world. Along with, you know, the tier 0 meta threat, meta killer, Gravekeeper's Assailant. This fucking card, oh my god, I have to sit here and gawk at this card here for a minute. This card fucking killed Jinzos today because this is a very trap-heavy deck. You kind of want to control the board until you can stick like an Oracle, a Chief, and just kill your opponent. But sorry, my mouth is really dry. I literally like just walked in the house from locals, so I'm just filming this like very fresh. This card was killing magnets. This card was killing, this card was like defaulting magnet effects. This card was killing Jinzos. This card killed like 5 fucking Jinzos tonight. I was ecstatic. This fucking card is insane. I didn't play against Koala. The whole point of this build, I do have to give a big shout out to Dan, aka Neotran, in the Discords. He helped me build this deck because I said I wanted to play Gravekeepers Recruiter, and we ended up going with pure Gravekeepers rather than, you know, like Gravekeeper Moth like I wanted to do. But I'm glad we took this variant. There's definitely some cards that I would change because we built this list a couple of weeks ago and I didn't get around to playing it at locals. I also haven't been playing it at locals as much as recently. But yeah, big shout out to Dan for helping me build this deck because this deck definitely performed better than I thought it would. 1 copy of Spear Soldier. These are just like the regular cards you see in like pretty much every Gravekeeper deck. 1 Spear Soldier, 1 Chief, and 1 Oracle. The amount of times, at least against the Magnet player, and I'm pretty sure that the Magnet Duel will be the first thing I upload because I did lose that match, but it was a great match. It was a very grindy match. The amount of times that I would like sack Recruiter for Chief summon back Recruiter search another monster, and then bonk the Chief into a magnet with a magnetic field up so that I could just add the Chief back to hand, leave the Recruiter on field, and then do the same thing next turn. Was great. Oracle, this card is insane. I feel like this definitely needs to be a one-of in this deck. I considered the original list that we were playing was playing 2, and we weren't playing Chief. But definitely the last minute decision to switch from 2 Oracle to an Oracle and a Chief definitely played out because Chief is just an insane card. For the Gravekeepers you don't really see as often. Priestess is just another copy of Necro Valley or Tomb of the Pharaoh. Well, this is on the battlefield and you don't have a field spell, so if they destroy this, Priestess is just your second copy of Necro Valley. And then Shaman, I hated this card. This card could be, you know, a second Spear Soldier. It could be Chief. It could be another Chief. It could be, what's the card? Gravekeepers Ambusher. It goes to 2,000 with the Necro Valley skill. I'll put it up like right over here. But yeah, I was told tonight by my good friend Austin that I should have been playing that card, but yeah, no, we weren't. We were playing this stinky piece of shit. All this does is protects your Necro Valley and makes it to where your opponent can't destroy or can't activate their own field spells. It also negates monster effects activating the graveyard. It never came up today. More so than anything, I was just banishing this off of Allure. This was like the #1 card I was banishing off of Allure. So yeah, all in all, 15 cards. No, let's see here, 11, 16 monsters in the deck, right? 3, 5. No, yeah, 11. What the fuck am I on? Yeah, 11 monsters in the deck. Only real thing I would change would be taking out this steamy pile of shit and putting in, you know, a second Oracle, second Chief, maybe a second Spear Soldier. In a vacuum, this card would be good with like Chief in like a Soul Exchange variant, where you're like the only normal summon you're playing is Recruiter. Because then you could like load the graveyard and then Soul Exchange an opponent's monster to summon this. But then again, you want to be sacking Recruiter to, you know, trigger its effect. So in the long run, probably won't put this in another variant. Going on to our spells, starting off with Draw Power, 2 copies of Wonder Wand. Definitely could have played a 3rd wand over the Shaman. This card's insane with Recruiter. Fucking +1s are great with 2-card combos. 2 Allure. This was just additional draw power that we needed. Plus, we needed a 2-up slot. So, and Allure just seemed to fit. They were all darks. They were all spellcasters. So, 4 cards, it's a draw 2. Felt really good. For Gravekeeper spells, we're playing 2 copies of Stell. Sorry, I just got a text from a friend of mine. This card's really insane because you can just add back double Recruiter, add back double Assailant, add back like Recruiter Oracle if they out the Oracle, add back Recruiter Chief if they add back the Chief. 1 copy of Hidden Temples, MVP against Room for Growth, aka the Sonic Duck deck, the Enchanted Fitting Room deck. I'll definitely gonna upload that as like, might even like edit it down to a short because it's like, it was like speed run to Hidden Temples Turbo because I would just summon a monster. I would just like summon the monster or summon a Gravekeeper, activate Hidden Temples, and the Room for Growth player is just like, well, fuck. You know what I mean? And then the final spell, we're playing Book. Just a seldom one-off Book. We don't have Gravekeeper Spy yet, so there's no real reason to play multiple copies of this card. But yeah, I'm for my like 3-0 slot, I'm playing a 2-to-1 ratio, like Floodgate to Book. Because with this deck, if you Floodgate the monster on summon rather than, you know, book it when it's attacking, when it's summoned, Floodgate kind of shoulder presses it into the ground so that when you do sack for Oracle, you can blow up set monsters and get away from it that way. Going into the traps, very trap heavy, starting off through Walady. Shout out to this card for winning me every fucking game 1 today. Like, the amount of times that I was just like, you know, Cyber Angels. The reason why I went to game 3 with Cyber Angels in round 2 is because I had Wall of D. Was because I had, and like Wall of D plus Oracle. Let me just stop there for a second. Wall of D plus fucking Oracle, or Floodgate plus Oracle, or Book of Moon plus Oracle. Fucking insane, especially Wall of D. I went up against a Cyber Angel player round 2. And game 1, he set up like double E to Tenizana and was just like battle attack. And I was just like, Wall of Disruption, you can't beat over my Assailant. Get the fuck out of here. Or you can't beat over my set Recruiter. I ended up drawing Oracle for turn, so I just, and the Cyber Angel player didn't have any kind of like back row or anything because Cyber Angel doesn't play back row. But I ended up just sacking the Recruiter for Oracle, searching for Chief off of Recruiter, and then Oracle subtracting 2,000 from everything. The Cyber Angel player could not fucking play the game. So yeah, massive shout out to this card. This card's insane. 2 Rite of Spirit, definitely want to be playing 3 the next time I play this deck. The original theory behind only playing 2 was the only real reason to play 3 Rite of Spirit is in the Gravekeepers Curse deck, the GK Burn deck with Shadow Reborn, because you can just like sack it to Cannon Soldier, Rite of Spirit it back, deal 500, sack it to Cannon Soldier, Rite of Spirit it back, deal 500, basically doing 1200 per iteration of that loop. But fucking only 2 of this was what the original theory was. Definitely want to make it 3 next time. The amount of times that a 3rd Rite of Spirit would have saved my ass would have been great. The amount of times that I could have just Rite of Spirit it back an Oracle, and either, you know, outright stopped a player's turn, outright stopped an opponent's turn, or, you know, Rite of Spirit it back, let them beat over like a defense position recruiter, and then search Oracle, search Chief, just search something to like something to save me essentially. 2 copies of Floodgate. Like I said, next iteration of this deck, probably just going to cut the Book of Moon out and play a 3rd Floodgate. Floodgate's just so strong with Oracle. I feel like this card definitely deserves to be the 3-0 slot. 2 Dust. Again, MVP. I kept hitting Dust Tornadoes off of Dust Tornado, which feels bad, but, you know, whatever. 1 Zoma was our 1-0 slot. This didn't really come up too much today. Really, you know, really felt underwhelming, but again, in the 30 card deck, you're not going to see it much. Every time I used it, really, it, like, got destroyed by a Shield Crush, or, you know, it got destroyed by a Shield Crush or an Offerings, so I guess it more so just ate away the card. And the last card in the list, or in the main deck at least, Spike Shield with Chain. This was just, like, a cheeky 2-card combo with Shaman, because it, like, makes Shaman really big. But I feel like Shaman's just a bad card. You know, after tonight, I feel like Shaman's just like a really bad card. So, yeah, Spike Shield Chain will be coming out. This deck's definitely going to go through some changes. I just wanted to give you all a really quick locals tournament report. Side and extra don't matter too much. I didn't side too much today. Just like waking the dragon targets were funny. And then just like Hammer Shot, Defusion, Cyclone, Double Loss, Win, and Waking. I was expecting to see... the only cards I sided in primarily, I sided in Cosmic against a Volcanic player. I sided in Waking against the same Volcanic player because they were playing like Absorbing Jar stuff. So they were playing like Absorbing Jar, Creature Swap, and then what's it called? Waking the Dragons in the main. So I sided this in myself so that I could, you know, I could slap out like a Cyberblader or a TER so that none of their stuff could attack. I never sided in Double Loss, but I was expecting to see Unions because our like locals group chat was chattering about Unions over the past couple of days. So I expected a couple of people to play this, to play XYZ so that I could, you know, loss win their shit. But never really got around to it. See, as for the locals report, round 1 I played against Magnets. Really fun match with my buddy Terry. Can't ever really have a dull moment with Terry. Oracle was like the MVP. Round 2 played against Cyber Angel. Again, had an insane grind game with them. Game 1, I just smoked their ass. Game 2, it took some fighting, but I ended up losing. And then game 2, it took some fighting. And then game 3, I just bricked fucking unbeknownstly. Like my opening hand going into game, going into game 3 was fucking double Stell, Rite of Spirit, Spike Shield. And it felt terrible. I like looked at my hand, I was like, can you kill me? Can you do 4,000? He was like, I mean, I can try. I said, do you have 4,000 you could do to me? He was like, I believe I can. I said, all right, cool. I'll take it. You win. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to like, because I think my top deck was like Wonder Wand. I remember checking it. It was like Wonder Wand or some shit like that. So it wasn't anything that would pull me out of what it was supposed to be. Round 3, played against my good friend Harley. She's on Ratbox. She's on like Amazon is burn Ratbox. So, yeah, this guy's fucking insane. What the hell? Yeah, had a pretty swift 2-0 or really pretty swift 3 or 2-1. Round or game 1, we like make a series game mistake where I go to attack over a Jinzo, and I'm like, fuck, this Jinzo's railing me. I top deck Assailant, I normal summon an Assailant, and I go to battle and declare attack, and she flips Wall of D, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm fucking dead. Not realizing she has fucking Jinzo, and like we pick our cards up, and like before I even shuffle them, I'm like, wait, you have Jinzo, you can't activate that. So we just set the cards back, go to play it out, and I win 2-1. Round 4, I can't really remember. I played the Volcanic player round 4. Yeah, I played the Twisted Volcanic player round 4. We had a 40-minute game 2. Game 1, she just like killed me outright, killed me on board like almost immediately. Again, game 1, I bricked super hard. You know, I was fine. I found like temples with no fucking Gravekeepers to summon. Fucking game, and then the game 2, we ended up locking each other out pretty hard. I loaded up my back row with a bunch of useless bullshit. I floodgated 2 of her monsters, or I floodgated 1 of her rockets and a Hyper Hammerhead, and then I Wall of D'd twice on one of, or I Wall of D'd twice on one of the, or I Wall of D'd the last remaining face-up rocket. So it was a matter of I was just waiting to find Oracle, and I couldn't find, like, I couldn't activate Wonder Wand to sack off an Oracle or a Recruiter, and I couldn't get I couldn't find a way to like do anything. I ended up eventually with like 3 cards left in deck, or yeah, with 3 cards from the deck, I find a way to tribute the Oracle to some, or tribute a Recruiter that's set to summon a Chief, trigger the Recruiter. My board's full, so I can't trigger Chief, and what's it called? Find Oracle so that I can blow up the last 2 sets, and I couldn't kill him. And then in round 5, I played against the Sonic Duck player, or the Enchanted Fitting Room deck, and I ended up having a very swift 2-0, and then sitting with said player and building like this Volcanic Harpies list together. Again, shout out to Dan for the idea for that list. But yeah, that I ended up in like, I think I was like 11th. I went 2-3. So whatever. 18-person locals, a lot of fun. Had a couple people drop at the end of round 3. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm really glad I'm back on this YouTube grind. It feels good to sit down and just bang out videos here and there, even though it's 12:30 in the morning where I'm at right now. So yeah, I'm going to lock this out, or I'm going to round this out and hit the sack. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.